For anyone who doesn't know or didn't read the About page, I'm an autistic person, meaning I see the world differently to most people. But this can usually be a challenge, and today I'm going to discuss why. First off, let's start with a thing called autistic masking. What autistic masking is basically when autistic people behave in a certain way just to be accepted by society. It's extremely toxic, but we have to do it. And women tend to be better at this than men. To give you an example, one of my friends, who is a girl, got diagnosed at the age of 17. So it was literally like last year or something. I, an autistic boy, got diagnosed at, get ready for it, the age of 7.
What?
7, yeah, do you see the difference? I've been diagnosed for 11 years now. This friend of mine's only just been diagnosed for her first. Now let's talk about something called stimming, short for stimulating. It's basically when we behave in what's usually seen as weird ways to cope with the environment around us. It may look scary to most people, but trust me, it's not. It's a coping mechanism and we adore it, so just please understand that. Now we're moving on to sensory overload. This is usually triggered through loud noises. It's mostly loud noises, as far as I know at least. But it's basically when our senses go into override and we end up having a freak out because of it, hoping someone will understand us. Sure, you might think we'd belong in a straitjacket. I'd look better in a prom jacket. Plus, I don't want to look like a larvae flopping around the floor.
What he's trying to say is, if we do have a freak out, please at least try to figure out why we're having a freak out so that you can tend to us and calm us down.
This part is just going to take you all the phrases that us autistics hear and why they're not okay to say to us. So I hope I can do my best to explain this.
You don't look autistic.
Don't I? Okay. Then what does an autistic person look like to you then? Well, I would say an autistic person looks like...
Do not answer that.
There is no certain look to an autistic person. We look as different to each other as any person would look to anyone else. Okay? Autism does not have a look. It could be anybody.
And speaking of autistic people not looking alike,
We don't behave alike either. All autistic people have different behaviours. You just gotta figure out how each one of us behaves, what kind of traits each of us has, and how to deal with them.
I'll pray for you.
Ah, yes, because in this day and age, autism is seen as a disease, much like cancer, and eventually it's going to end up killing us. Except it won't! Let me put it to you this way. Cancer kills people, and it has done so for God knows how long. Autism rewires people, and it doesn't kill anybody.
Everyone's a bit autistic.
That's like me saying, oh, I'm a bit vegan because I drink almond milk, which I'm not. I eat all kinds of food. And that's like saying everyone's a bit blind because we sometimes can't see things, which is also untrue. Listen, if you haven't been diagnosed, if you're not on the path to diagnosis, or if you're not at least trying to self-diagnose yourself with this autistic trait, you cannot say this.
You seem so normal.
Really? Or is having an autistic person in your presence far too much for you to handle? Also, the same people that say we seem so normal would usually have been spent their time calling us weird before we told them. Like, you can't dig yourself out of this ditch that you put yourself in now. You can't save yourself. You said what you said. Unfortunately, you have to run with it. Also, you're dismissing my work by saying I seem normal, screaming a big fuck you to everything I did to come off as normal. I was doing that to get accepted by society. You can't dismiss my work.
You lack empathy.
This one sucks. Nothing else to say, this one sucks. I dealt with this one throughout my life in secondary school. Basically, nobody thought I was eligible enough to listen to their problems and at least try to help them with their emotional struggles. Nobody thought I'd understand. Back then, this made me really angry. Now it just makes me sad because I feel like I'm failing as a friend if I don't get to help. Know this. We autistic people can sometimes have overwhelming amounts of empathy. We'll sometimes even cry if our stuffed teddy gets damaged. So trust me, we do know how to emotionally feel things.
You must be really smart.
Brains.
What on earth are you doing? EA Sports to the game. Then explain why my report card is riddled with the letter E. We're not all smart Alex, you know. Some of us are as dumb as the next guy. Some of us are smart and some of us are dumb. Just like you neurotypicals, we all have different levels of intelligence. We're not all Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory, or Rain Man, or whatever. Not Rayman the alpaca.
Just act or be normal.
Oh my God, if you're asking for death, just say this to an autistic person, me especially. This is the most infuriating thing you could say to me, at least. One, I've just established I am not normal. Two, I'm tired of masking. It's exhausting. It's too much hassle to hide myself. 3, I'm tired of feeling like a mindless robot or a slave, which I'm not going to get into because that actually sounds very dark. It's exhausting, man. There's no other way to put it. And 3, if I wanted to do acting so much, I would have gone to theatre school.
And that concludes the phrases. Now for one final point.
Last but not least, make way for Autism Speaks. If you didn't know this company until now, good for you. If you do know this company and don't support them, stay away. If you do know this company and do support them, what are you doing? Put simply, Autism Speaks. Sorry, English students, but you're going to hear a Shakespeare quote. They look like flowers, but underneath they're serpents. Basically, they're that one jerk friend that acts all nice and then treats you like complete and utter dog shit every other second. Autism Speaks, going back to point 4.2, literally treats autism as one big disease, and they see it as nothing but a disease. Autism Speaks doesn't try to stand up for autism, it tries to kill it instead. Stay away from these guys. If you want to educate yourself with autism, do not come to these guys for information. They will riddle your brain with bad thoughts. Okay, that was enough ranting and dismantling for one video. So if you liked this video, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe to me. Thank you all for watching this video, and I shall see you all in the next one. Peace.